Hello Capricorns, and welcome to your weekly zodiac reading. My name is Jessica. Before we get started though, I would really love to share with you a few changes that I am making to my channel to better assist you in having the ability to navigate a little bit more personal readings. So to start with, every week I'm going to be doing each of the zodiacs as well as a one weekly goddess reading instead of the daily. I feel that that is a better shift in change and will better serve the overall experience, as well as the addition to a God reading for the masculine, for the divine masculine energies. So I'm really excited to add those. One more, which will be a pick a card reading so that you can kind of have a more tailored reading to the energies that you are drawn to for, like I said, that more personalized experience. I feel like that this is going to be a lot of fun. That one will vary on the subjects depending on the messages that just come through. So I'm really excited about these changes. I hope you are too. And let's get started with your reading, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the overall energy for the week. And tap into that, as always clarified with tarot. So today and this week will be rising above a clarity, freedom, solution. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and go into your future or higher self right there. All right, so this one is the solitary, dedication, self-love, and focus. So I'm hearing that there is a lot of reflection here. And then this one is going to be your guides, your angels, your gods, your goddesses, your devils, your demons, all of that energetic sporting energy. It's almost like this basket holding us. So this is the messages from them. Innovation for new creation. All right, and last but not least will be messages that are perhaps hidden or something that, oh yeah, that was the one, that you don't want to necessarily look at. And the messages are to assist you in kind of dealing with that or accepting it and moving forward with that for this week. So this one is join in. And I'm loving, it always amazes me how the colors just flow so beautifully together. Almost, it's just all the synchronicities, right? All right, so now let's tap into tarot for further messages for your overall energy for the week. So we've got the Eight of Cups, that one right there. We've got the Six of Swords. Interesting. We've got the Tower. So some of you are going through some stuff or have, and we're going to deal with the energies of that. So this week for your future or higher self, we've got the Three of Swords, Nine of Cups, and Two of Cups. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So even though we've got the Three of Swords here, nobody wants that, right? That is part of life and love. All right, so your guides, Five of Swords, Two of Wands. It sounds like ropes, just having a fun time back there. Can hear him. So he's getting into it. All right, the World in reverse for what is hidden and what we're not looking at right now or what we're afraid of. The Chariot, and then the bottom we've got the Knight of Swords. Okay, let's see here. So rising above, clarity, freedom, and solution. So some of you definitely have either been going through or you're about to go through a tower moment. And now tower moments they don't feel like it sometimes during when they're happening, but they are freedom. They are the universe's beautiful way of absolutely turning the table, turning everything that isn't working everything that we haven't been acknowledging and choosing to make change in our life, or ignoring. And it forces us to make change. It forces us to completely walk away from something that isn't working because there's no choice anymore. And I'm seeing, of course, when we go into your higher self, I'm feeling like this is a love connection. It could be a divorce, it could be separation, it could be even walking away from a family member. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic love. It could be also a friendship. And those relationships can be very painful, especially if they've been a long time relationship. They can be so very painful. And so a lot of times when these things bust apart, there hasn't been there either are I've heard the statement that says something about that when things fall apart and you don't understand why, it's because you were not privy to conversations that happened without you there. And so sometimes understanding, I love that it is the booby prize of life, that we don't always get it. We don't always get to have that understanding of why something walks away or leaves or comes undone, especially when we loved it so. It can be clearer later, but usually during those tower moments, it's really hard to see when you are in the middle of it, when you are in the arena and you are not being able to look down and have a different perspective. You've got a dove here. It's flying above the situation and having the ability to have sometimes even that faith that something is taking place for your higher good, for something in the future. And in this, your higher self, your future self, at the bottom you've got the Two of Cups. And this is an 11. And so I'm actually very much feeling that this could be a karmic relationship that prepares you for the next thing. And usually those those beautifully ugly relationships, the ones that really trigger us, that really push us, that really you can tell they're karmic because of the attachment, the unhealthy attachment, the way that it was, you knew deep down it wasn't okay, and yet there was still almost like this addiction with it. And the rising above is truly just getting in the boat with whatever it takes and moving forward. And if we don't, yes, tower moments are going to happen. Like, if we don't take the initiative to make change and walk away from what isn't serving us, it will. The universe will give you a beautiful, exhausting, painful tower moment to force us to move to calmer waters, to healthy waters. And so what I'm hearing for you Capricorns is that, you have the ability, the ability to have that self-dedication, self-love, and focus. I mean, that's part of one of your gifts, is to be able to really ground yourself and going after what you want. And this is not what you want. This is not what you want. And you may be in it, or you were in it. And now it's time to move forward, and your higher self is saying, hang in there. You're gonna get it. Just move through this. Get really clear on your self-love so that you can raise your vibration and you get to offer the same cup that you are being offered in return with the Lovers. With the Two of Cups, I mean, I'm hearing Lovers, I'm hearing that you have the ability to move into truly creating the life that you want. And this energy this week is really diving into getting clear, getting free, getting the rising above this mess, and being able to just look at it. Sit back and look at it. Observe it. Be with it. Have the foresight and tapping into your guide energy, which is innovation of new creations. This is the energy to tap into. This is what you have the power to do if you choose. The Five of Swords energy is conflict. It's no longer playing the game. This doesn't work. This is not who you are. This is not the love that you want to have in your life. So it's time for you to really see the creation and the god or goddess that you are, well, both. And you have choices. You have the ability. He's holding the world in his hand. This is you. This is your ability to go, what do I want to create with my life? Set that clear intention. And believe me, that passion of this Knight of Wands, of moving forward, it will come in fast. It will be something that you are not only setting out to create, but it will also come to you. You've just got to get rid of what isn't working. And that's what that energy is right now. Like, we're about to go into fall and winter, and now is the time to shed the old skin of what isn't working and move forward with that. I see that the join in energy here is what's hidden or what isn't wanting to be looked at. I'm seeing the World is in reverse, as well as the Chariot and the Knight of Swords. So I'm seeing with the Chariot energy that the join in can be delayed a little bit. Join in is, to me, what I'm hearing is join in on new things. I'm feeling that this is a little bit where it has been. There's been a lot of games being played. And now it's time to join in on a new energy, a new way of being. This Chariot energy is very powerful. It's, you can see he's suited up. He's not moving yet. He's suited up. He's suited up of where he's going, what he's creating. And he has his Sphinx here, the yin and the yang. He has the ability to really be the general of his life and what he's creating. And when he's ready, when you have been doing the work of healing and you've created, so you've got new creations, and I'm seeing solution here and focus. That's really tapping into your masculine energy right now of that focus, getting really clear on what you want and getting in your Chariot and ready for what your creation is. And in order to do that, you've really got to join in on the energy of that self-love and the clarity of knowing why this happened. Because, you know, when it's really important is to look at a thing that has happened in our life, and we can have a story about it. But when we can rise above it and see the meaning behind it rather than being the victim of it, and we see the purpose of it, we see the innovation of creating something new, because we have a different way of looking at that with purpose. And when we do that, we turn this World card upright, because right now it's this way. And if we don't join in on this energy of seeing things differently, seeing them for the silver lining that they are, and maybe not when they're so fresh. If this Tower moment is really, really fresh, or we've been replaying it and reciting it and telling the story over and over and over and over, we're still in it. Our bodies have no idea if it happened in this moment or 2 years ago or 15 or 20 years ago. Our cells do not know the difference. So it's time to join in on this innovation of new creation and say a different story. I survived this, instead of I did this and he did this or she did this and this is how it is. It is time to say I was in a successfully horrific, abusive relationship that was showing me what I was allowing in my life and how it didn't work, and I survived it. Isn't that different than this is what he did to me and this is what happened over and over? It's I survived this. And also taking accountability that you chose it. We are all creators. Now, yes, everyone has their accountability in every situation, but we also have the accountability of also accepting it, because we don't have to. That's the news is to join in the energy of what did I create and what am I now going to choose to create? Who am I choosing to now be in my new self-love? So, I love this. Tower moments are hard, but you are not alone. We all have them, and we must go through them for the expansion of our life. So for this week, really get really centered into something new and moving forward with it. Get armored up in that chariot energy and move in the direction of the life you really choose to create. So Capricorns, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed your message and received some beautiful light to your path this week. If you liked, of course, subscribe, comment, and like so that I can keep creating more content and you don't miss it. So I will see you next time, if it's not for the other videos that I'm going to create this week for all the other energies. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Bye.